Best Saint Berdoodle Guide. Are you someone who loves doodles but wants a bigger kind of dog? Well, the good news is that new doodle mixes are coming about seemingly annually, and there's more variety than ever before. One of the bigger doodle breeds out there is the Saint Berdoodle, which takes everything people love about Saint Bernards and gives them a hypoallergenic twist. This dog is also one of the top trending doodles in the world right now and are increasing in popularity every day. But what are they like? Do they come in different colors? And how big do they really get? We have the answer to all those questions and more in our 2023 Saint Berdoodle Guide. Enjoy! Defining the breed's history. This crossbreed's parents may be basically polar opposites, but they came together to create a fun-loving family dog that is about as lovable as a dog can be. The Poodle and Saint Bernard are both extremely popular dogs, albeit for different reasons, and usually for different kinds of people. We'll explain. The Saint Bernard has been around since the 1600s, where it roamed Italy and Switzerland as a rescue dog for people trapped in the snow. Even though this dog has a very large frame and can weigh between 140 and 220 pounds, that doesn't stop them from being extremely friendly, even to strangers. Because of how many people this dog has saved, it has a soft spot in many people's hearts, as this breed is considered to be a kind of gentle giant, and its black, tan, and white coat is super recognizable. The Poodle, on the other hand, would never have made it as a mountain snow rescue dog, and their talents have much more to do with their incredible intellect than their physical stature. Poodles first arrived onto the scene in the 15th century, where they became a searching and farming dog that also helped fetch hunted animals from water. Poodles have been an extremely popular dog for years, and always sit near the top of most lists. There's also a whole lot of variety too, with poodles coming in 10 different coat colors, as well as a few different sizes too. Introducing the Saint Berdoodle. Like most doodles, the American Kennel Club doesn't formally recognize the Saint Berdoodle, and we don't really know the origins either. It is probably the biggest doodle around right now though, and it comes in 3 distinct sizes, which we are going to order from big to bigger to biggest. The Mini. One of the most common sizes for a Saint Berdoodle is the mini size, which maybe doesn't do the dog justice here. A mini Saint Berdoodle stands at around 20 inches when fully grown and weighs a little under 40 pounds. While most of the Saint Berdoodles require a ton of living space and exercise to stay happy, the mini version is more than comfortable in a smaller home, which is one of its best selling points. The Medium. For many people, the medium Saint Berdoodle is the perfect sized pet for them. This size weighs between 40 and 70 pounds and stands at around 23 inches tall. This is a great option if you want a bigger dog that doesn't shed and own enough space to support them. But what does that look like? Well, you're probably going to need at least a well-sized backyard in order to keep this big of a dog happy, as well as exercising them fairly often. The Standard. If you want a big dog but don't want to be constantly sweeping up shedded hair, then the standard-sized Saint Berdoodle might interest you. This distinction is given to any dog over 70 pounds, but in reality, this crossbreed is probably going to be closer to 100 pounds and can reach a maximum of 150. If you want a large and lovable Saint Berdoodle though, then this is the perfect option for you. The color mixes. Saint Bernards are white, tan, and black, and the Saint Berdoodle actually inherits that mixed color coat as well. There are a few options here, but don't get your hopes up for them being radically different. That isn't a bad thing though, since Saint Bernards are known to be a striking and gorgeous dog. Here are some of the most common coat colors you're likely to see. Brown, black, and white. Brown, black, and white is an extremely popular tricolor coat that is inherited from the Saint Bernard genetics. Generally, people like this coat color because it reminds them of that side of the family and is regarded as a kind of classic colorway. Typically, these dogs will be mostly black and brown with only little tufts of white thrown in, usually around the chest. Multicolored coats are usually in very high demand, and so this is really a special one if you can get your hands on it. Black and brown. Less popular than the last colorway, but still seen from time to time, the black and brown look almost makes your Saint Berdoodle resemble a bear. This look looks great on these dogs, especially if you have a bigger Saint Berdoodle, and is usually the result of breeding with a darker colored poodle. Black and white. Since black is actually a recessive gene, it's not that hard to create a black and white Saint Berdoodle. which is not usually the case for most Doodle breeds. If you use a lighter colored poodle as one of the parents, the lighter colored coat should be the end result. Failing to do so and using a darker colored poodle, though, will almost never result in this black and white colorway, and so keep that in mind if you're really set on this colored coat. What to expect? Grooming. Since the Saint Berdoodle has a hypoallergenic and non-shedding coat, you're going to have a slightly different grooming experience. You'll have to brush this dog about every 6 to 12 weeks on average. You can attempt this on your own, but a lot of owners will actually take their dog to a professional to get this done. You should also be on the lookout for any matting that might take place with these dogs, as this problem could require you to cut off a lot more of your dog's hair to fix. Besides that, though, the Saint Berdoodle is pretty easy to groom and doesn't require all that much work to take care of, which is great news, obviously. What to expect? Lifespan. Since both of the parents are healthy breeds, you should be able to expect a minimum of 10 years with this dog, as long as you take care of them properly and do regular veterinarian checkups. Crossbreeds also experience a phenomenon called hybrid vigor for the first generation or two after a cross, where the dog doesn't inherit any of the genetic issues from their parents. Since this is a large dog, the only problems to look out for mostly are about joint issues, especially their hips and elbows. Saint Berdoodles are fantastic dogs that can bring years of joy to a home. They may require some extra space because of their size, but are some of the friendliest and likable dogs you could hope for. They're also a breeze to care for and are very laid back, making them a good fit for almost anyone that is active. And that about wraps up our 2022 edition of the Saint Berdoodle Guide. We really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more videos just like this one. Hope to see you guys back for the next video. Bye!